what I've realized, the moment you're consistent with what you're doing and you're not afraid to take bold steps, there's a way things just fall into place. You know, there's a way, as you keep being consistent, there's a way things just align. There's a way just God brings to you people who are like-minded, and then you move with them. So I'm so grateful for that.
Laura, but it's so great to meet you here on Zoom.
Yes, thank you so much too. It's such an honor. Thank you for having me.
And tell me, where exactly are you based?
So I am a professional makeup artist. I mainly do with bridal makeup, and I train, and I am based in Mombasa, Kenya.
Oh, wonderful. I've been speaking to a lot of Kenyans for the past few weeks, so it's so great to see what you guys are doing there. And I've seen on Instagram also the beautiful work you're doing and transforming women.
Thank you.
With your beautiful makeup. Where did the interest come in doing makeup?
Okay, honestly, for me, it's something I've always been in the beauty industry since the time I finished high school. And I did cosmetology a long time ago in around 2004. So I've been in the beauty industry, but my makeup journey started in, I would say, 2010, after seeing that there was a lot of need for good, professional, well done makeup in Mombasa. Because at that time, there was a lot of makeup that was not matching the skin well, and the eyebrows that are too dark, looking not natural, looking very dramatic. So for me, I saw that as a gap. And it was a journey from around that time, 2010, slowly learning. Because when I did the cosmetology course, we were taught makeup, but it was very shallow. And things had already changed all the way from 2004 until this time. It was around 2010. There was a big change in the game already. So I had to do a lot of now refreshing myself. At that moment, mostly it was self-taught, getting into YouTube and learning a few things here and there, all the way from around 2010 till around, I would say, 2013, 2014. It had just been that kind of journey. But then for me, I took my first professional class in around 2014, to just a physical class, to be able to sharpen my skills and be able to see what is this that can help my art upscale to another level. Yeah. So yeah, I would say that is pretty much how I came to land in makeup. And the main reason was there's a time around that time, 2010, there used to be a TV show that used to be called The Wedding Show. And mostly the weddings they would always showcase like two weddings. The first wedding would be, mostly you'd find it's from Mombasa, and the second wedding would be from Nairobi. And around that time, you would see the makeup looking so different. The weddings that were being done in Nairobi, you would see their makeup looking better. And the weddings that are being done in Mombasa, the makeup was looking, a bit over dramatic, So for me, that it created that thing in me of saying there can be a change. There should be a change. This should not be how it is, because you don't have to be have makeup done on you that will make you look too different from who you are. So that
exactly.
It really helped in creating that thing, that made me want to pursue this.
But you are very talented to also, I see the women that you transform, or the brides that you do, they you really bring out the beauty, you really bring out their natural beauty, and I love that.
Thank
that they
you.
don't look, because I think it's always this thing, a bride shouldn't look so different on a wedding day, but just that beautiful features that she has, and she should still look natural.
Yes, yes. That my whole niche is to just enhance the natural beauty that is already there. I don't want to change you. I just want to enhance whatever it is, that if it's your features, if it's the beautiful eyes, we just make them enhanced and pop more. If it's the beautiful skin, make it look more radiant, And in general, it will make you glow on your day and just make you look lovely and natural. And even when you look at your photos, time to come, like years later, you're going to like look at your makeup, and it's just timeless.
Yeah, that's the thing. And also it's sort of a education as well for women to see, look, with I can do it myself, or probably not the way you can do it, but that you are motivated then to use some makeup to enhance your beautiful features.
Yes, yeah. That's also a big part for me. I like to do trainings, and mostly for me, it's I welcome anyone who would like to learn to do it for themselves when they have that special event, and maybe they are somewhere where they cannot have an access to a professional to do it, and mainly for the people who would want to also do it as a craft, because as an art, because in this time and age, it is important to have a skill. It is very important. You cannot only rely on the other 8 to 9 jobs. You need to have a skill. For me, it's really, it goes just beyond doing for yourself, and also you can be able to, the people who want to pursue it as to do it as a business. It helps them to have another extra source of income. If, let's say, you already have a 9 to 5 job, but money is never enough, so you can have this as an extra skill, or an art that you do that can help you get something extra. And there are people who, this is what they do, like someone like me. This is it for me. This is my bread. This is my butter. This is where, so for me, it's a joy to impart the knowledge to other women, and anyone for that matter, because I know it can help them financially, so that don't have to even find themselves in sometimes some women stay in very, very abusive relationships, simply because you don't have a way to get any source of income for yourself.
Exactly.
Yes, it's very common in so many homes, unfortunately, in Kenya or in Africa. So having an extra skill is important, because it will give you that freedom, and you are able to you cannot just sit somewhere. You're being oppressed, especially in the marriage relationships, and there's nothing you can do. You just have to stay, because this person is doing everything financially for you. So for me, it goes beyond just putting that foundation on. It is just helping someone to have this knowledge, so that they can have the financial freedom.
Absolutely. And like you say, it's that skill that you learn, and sometimes we don't realize, but that it is an art form, and it's also something that you can express yourself with. Like you say, you had an idea and you wanted to do it in a different way than how everybody else does it. But then it also gives the woman, a woman, this confidence of saying, you know what, I can do this. I can also change somebody else's life.
Exactly. And that's what the makeup artistry is all about. It's much, much more. It carries so much. Yeah.
That's beautiful. And also the confidence when you wear makeup, that suddenly also uplifts you. I think that's also something that we underestimate.
Yes, yes, it plays a big role because yes, we are beautiful. We are naturally and wonderfully and fearfully made. There's a way it just boosts your confidence. It makes you, it makes you. There's something it does. It's that boosting of confidence. Yes, yeah. Because sometimes I see women who maybe they have they have a function to attend, and maybe there's something, maybe they something happened to them, that they have something, that at that moment they feel, like it's somehow brought down their confidence. But when you put makeup on, it uplifts that, it makes them radiant, and they making them glow even more. So it's not to replace, it's not to make people not feel confident when they don't have makeup,
Yeah.
but it just enhances you. It even boosts your confidence more. It even helps in the way it boosts the way people uh, look at you when you go for a function. I've seen it work myself. Like there are places you go, and this event, if I have makeup on plus my nice dress, blah blah blah, and my nice beautiful hair, there's a way it makes you look, you stand out. That's the word. It makes you stand out in the way, in your appearance, and also for you inside out. It gives you that confidence. Yeah, so it's a very huge confidence booster.
And I think sometimes it's also about self-care, because as women, we're so focused on other, on the children, on the husband, or on things outside ourselves, but
Yeah.
and we don't spend enough time for self-care. And this really makes you take that time and makes you focus a little bit on yourself as well.
Yes, very true. It's very therapeutic. The process itself. I have it done, once in a while. I would have my assistant do my makeup, and just sitting on that chair. It's I would say it's just like having a massage, or it's going for a facial. Yes, it's very relaxing. It can even relieve your stress. Yes, and apart from giving you the confidence, it's very therapeutic. Once you sit on that chair, especially when you're told to close your eyes, maybe the makeup artist is working on your eyes, and you just get that, it's so relaxing. It's very relaxing. Yeah.
But I spoke to also a makeup artist from Nairobi, and Suki. I don't know if you know.
Yes.
Suki. Yeah.
Oh, yes, I know Suki. I
It's
know
wonderful.
Suki.
But we talked
His work
about,
is amazing.
yeah, we talked about the fact that in Africa, there's so much art, and especially women also, with hair braiding, with the clothing, with beading, and all that sort of thing. So
Yes.
women are actually, and men as well, but in Africa there's so much creativity. And this is also, I think, in makeup, it's also a way of, and hair, of course, also a way of being creative. So do you find also traditionally that you must have your traditions where hair is made a certain way or makeup is made a certain way? Is that also something that you find with women, that you encourage these stories, these very precious cultural things that you have in Africa?
Yes, yes. Indeed, Africa as a general is very talented. We have very talented people in Africa, and mostly in Kenya, and mostly also narrowing it down to Mombasa. There's a lot of talent, as you've mentioned, in the makeup and in the beauty industry as a whole, in the art industry, whether baking, whether cloth making, and so forth and so forth. There's indeed very, very big creativity. And yes, there's a way, like we want to maintain the way African, like the Kenyan, like the cultural things, like I would say
traditions.
the traditions, like especially for me, someone who does bridal makeup, you would find that there are the traditional ceremonies that do take place, and you'll find in such cases you would expect for the traditional wedding, someone can have just their natural hair styled in braids or in for the makeup. You'll find that during that such ceremonies, they would have what is called the way the makeup is applied. We would sometimes add a bit of dots here and there, especially for
Oh,
the
yeah.
Mijikenda community. Yes, so you'll find someone is wearing like their kishutu, well tailored kishutu, which is a traditional fabric. And then you'll find the makeup has been done in a certain way that we incorporate the dots that they used to do culturally. Yeah, so yes, for me, I value putting a bit of the culture, not to completely just make it disappear, but for those traditional ceremonies, even like the Swahili community, they also, depending on the culture, some also have the same, like the way the makeup is done, they will put some dots around the eye, some dots on the corners of the lips, of the mouth. Yeah. So for me, I really always value that. And if when a bride comes and they want that to incorporate it in I always advise to incorporate it in the whole look. And when they say something like that, for me, it gives me joy. Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah,
but your journey and your like you say, you started already in what was it, 2004?
Yes.
And we are now in 2025. So it's a long time where you had this, where you said most also self-taught and education that you did.
Yes.
Do you think also that people sometimes think you do your work and it's just, oh, you learned it yesterday or last year, and they don't realize all the hard work and all the effort that you put in to be where you are now?
Yes. Yes. Honestly, now, even when you say it like that, oh my goodness. Yes, I've been in the industry for quite some long time. Yes, professionally, to venture in makeup artistry professionally, I would say around 2014. That is when now I even started my brand, Touched by Laura. But yes, it indeed it's a long journey. So many challenges along the way, because like when I was starting, the big challenge that I was facing around that time is the fact that people are already used to doing makeup a certain way. So here you are trying to tone it down and do it this type of way. So that it has been a lot of challenge all along, and also the pricing factor. You find that this is the type of niche of clientele I want to capture, but people are still not trusting this shift of the way we are already used to this, and it's this much, and you are coming with this kind of product, and you want, so it's really been a journey, and I'm grateful for the process. It has been quite a long process, even reaching to this extent where now you can have a class that has like 10, 15 people, wanting to learn this skill. And they've already found that there's a big change. The industry has grown. More people have come to appreciate makeup, good, well done professionally done makeup. And yes, it's been quite a journey, and I am so grateful to God.
But what amazing determination you have to still not settle for what the market wants, but really what you want to bring to the market. I find that wonderful that you are so determined to do that, that you saw, no, it has to change, and that you kept with your ideas.
Yes, and I'm really grateful that I followed that, because now I see how this type of makeup, in fact, there's a way we call it here in Mombasa. It's called the English type of makeup. Okay. So and I am the one who is, I'm the queen of English makeup in Mombasa. And yes, I see now many people are coming to this, to like they're crossing over. They don't want that, heavy, cakey makeup. They're crossing over to this beautifully, elegantly done English makeup. So I'm so grateful that that change is evident. That change is very visible. You can see it. Because I remember there was like some years back, people who came from Nairobi to, or even other parts of Kenya, when they come down, even people who come from diaspora, because most of my clientele also is people who are coming out to have their weddings, like destination weddings in Kenya. You'd find, like in the earlier times, they were so cared, you'd find the rates of doing trials then was even higher than doing bridal trials now, because now they have really seen that indeed there's this type of makeup. They can find someone who can do it here in Kenya, and the number has grown, which is amazing. But back then, no bride from Nairobi or diaspora would easily book you without having a trial. They used to be so scared. For them, the trial was not even like, let's see how I'm going to look. No, it was just like a way for them to be confident. Indeed, you are going to do this type of makeup that they want. Yeah. So, it's really been, it's an amazing journey. Yes.
I would just like to say to people who listen here to go on your Instagram page, because I was totally hooked when you wrote to me and I had a look at what you do. I was scrolling through all your videos and your work. It's absolutely beautiful, really. How you make women look and how they, sort of they're so radiant, on these videos and just look so happy. And I think your work is beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Petra. I'm so grateful for that wonderful feedback. And also allow me to also say that I recently launched, you will see it on my page. I partnered with a fellow artist who is a baker, because also the baking industry is really growing in Mombasa. And we started the first of its kind makeup and baking competition and awards. And we launched in April. Yes, we launched it in April. And at the moment, it's the nomination stage that is taking place. And hopefully, God willing, to have the main event towards the end of the year, which is around October, where we'll have the people who will be nominated. They are going to compete. We're going to narrow the number down to 10 from each category. For makeup and baking, we're going to have 10 people each, and they are going to compete. Like, we're going to give them tasks. They are going to compete, and then we have judges who are going to pick the winners, three from each categories. So yeah, I'm looking forward to how that is going to. It's the first one. This is the first round we are doing. So I'm hopeful that it's going to be an amazing one, and we are open for anyone who is willing to come on board and support in whatever way. Yeah.
What a beautiful combination, baking and makeup. I love it.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I love this. But you are quite innovative. I mean, if I look at your business, you are a good businesswoman as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Petra. Yeah, thank you. I'm so grateful. I thank God. It's not easy. It's not easy,
Yeah.
but you know what? What I've realized, the moment you're consistent with what you're doing and you're not afraid to take bold steps, there's a way things just fall into place. You know, there's a way as you keep being consistent, there's a way things just align. There's a way just God brings to you people who are like-minded, and then
Yeah.
you move with them. So I'm so grateful to God. I'm almost done. Just dusting the lower lash line. Yeah, thank you for the wonderful feedback as well.
That's absolutely what I thought when I looked at all your work and look at what you do, because there's a lot of things that you do also in your community.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, for me, it's when the way I say it, it's not just just doing the face and that's it. For me, it carries a lot of. There's a lot that this art has enabled me to do and enable anyone to do. Like there's a lot that you can do through one thing that at the end of the day it has so many like umbrellas that fall under
Yes.
this specific thing. In general, it's just to leave a good mark in the community. When that time comes and I'll be long gone, someone is going to look at what Laura did, and someone indeed said, oh, she impacted my life, she taught me makeup, or she inspired me after learning makeup. So for me, that is very big.
Yeah, that's true. And like you say, it doesn't end with just makeup. There's so much that happens also in a person. And like you say, women who are oppressed or women who can't see themselves getting out of their situation, at least there's something that they can do. You give them that hope of something that they can do.
Exactly.
But tell me, as a child, were you already interested in makeup before you even started your journey?
Yes, Petra. Growing up, I used to love doing, anything beauty. I used to love. I started with braiding the dolls. They are just the doll that my parent would buy for me. I used to love doing things on that little hair that they come with, and then it graduated to when I was in high school. I used to love doing makeup on people from other dormitories. My friends in my dormitory, and even other girls would come from other dormitories. And nothing much really. For school, we are not allowed to carry things. So back then, it will just be powder, the normal white powder that we normally use to carry to school. And then it will be an eye pencil. So just that, people would line up, they would come if we are going maybe for, yes, people would come. Even when you ask my schoolmates, my high school mates, they'll tell you. That's in fact some who we hadn't met for a long time, and then when we reconnect years later and I tell them what I do, they are like, yeah, of course we knew that this, we already saw this. Yeah, because people used to, my fellow girl friends would come, they line up, I do the eye pencil, I just draw the eye pencil, I do powder on their face, I do a nice bun, because that's the only thing we could do in school. And then, someone leaves. They can give me something small. Either they give me something from their pocket money, or they would, when we go for that function, that event, school event, they would buy me something to eat, So it was helping me in return. So I would say that is, for me, I think just everything happens for a reason. Because if you notice, I said 2010 was a big shift. And this is because there was a gap in between, for all the way from around 2004 to 2010. There's a time there I was not in the country, and wherever I was not doing anything to do with makeup. So when I came back to Kenya, that is around 2010, that is when now I stayed for some few months, not knowing what to do. What should I do now? What should I do? I tried this, but then again, I just found my way back. My dad told me, no, just go back to doing beauty. It is what you learned, and the beauty industry is big. So just go to doing that. Okay. So yeah, for me, it had always been, I'm just doing what I was meant to do. Yes, it was there.
But that's amazing. And it shows you that was your path. That was what you had to do.
Yes, I'm living my purpose. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I really, I love that it's not just for you about the makeup, but it's about the women that you work with, and it's about enriching people. It's a beautiful, beautiful story that you have, Laura.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad you shared this with me.
Yes, and thank you too. I'm so grateful for you taking your time. I'm grateful for you even showing the interest, and I'm so grateful. I'm really grateful for your time. I don't take it for granted.
It's a great pleasure. But well, now before we go, I want to know, what is your dream? What are your wishes for the future?
Oh wow. Of course, I think in a nutshell, I'll just say that my dream is just to grow bigger and have a big makeup school or beauty school in Mombasa. I already have a school, but it's not as big. So my dream is to have a bigger makeup school, and also now incorporate all the other arts that are related to the beauty industry. That is my dream, and I believe it's because I've come a long way already to where I am. And yes, and also just to have that beauty brand that is written Laura, Yeah, so those are my dreams. Yes.
I'm sure you will achieve that. From what I see you have achieved till now.
Amen. Thank you, Beth. Yeah. Thank you.
But it was so lovely talking to you, and all the best with all the beautiful work you're doing and enriching women's lives and making beautiful brides.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for your time. And also thank you for what you do. Because even looking at your page as well, we just listen to these interviews and you're like, wow. So this is also really, really, thank you. Thank you also for what you do.
I appreciate your kind words. Thank you so much.